Hello peeps and hello peppers and hello Dizzy. Hello. And happy summer. Okay, maybe you were wondering why I'm wishing you a happy summer like in the middle of April, but I think Desi can explain that best because Desi is a sea monster. Like the old Icelandic calendar only has summer and winter, and today is the first day of summer. That was a very good down to the point explanation. Thank you. Maybe you want to help me draw here the little summer goldfish, because as we know, I have the memory of a goldfish and I have a very messy bookshelf. Yes, we should talk about like cluttering at some point too. But actually, now I rather want to talk about a Danish fairy tale that I have been wanting to talk about for a long time. And today is a fitting occasion, even though for some sad reasons. Like, you know, that Iceland used to be a Danish colony and gained complete independence in 1944 only. And of course, I sometimes encounter like fairy tales by Hans Christian Andersen in the libraries and such. And one of my hobbies is actually lost media and lost wave. That means like obscure music and obscure children's videos. Is that why you like me so much? Yeah, you are an obscure animal. You are a Furulatle, we know that. And I love you to pieces, Desi, and I know that too. And yes, the children's shows of the 80s and 90s are part of the reason why I love critters like you. Anyway, there is this fairy tale by Hans Christian Andersen called The Red Shoes. And I found this through a lost media video where someone searched for an obscure children's fairy tale something something and mentioned this, and so I had to Google the fairy tale. And it is about a poor girl adopted by a rich woman. And then the girl is supposed to go to the Holy Communion or Holy Confirmation, like as a young teenager. And at the time, there were only black shoes and black items of clothing allowed. Actually, much later in my favorite church in Iceland, I learned that in the 1970s, the women went to confirmation in bottle green stuff. And let's say my personal confirmation dress was actually like navy blue with a checkered skirt. And it was really difficult to find shoes that would fit my particular shape of feet. Now it will get very relevant to the context that I have a relatively heavy motion disability that you call cerebral palsy. That I found actually very light as a teenager, but it can worsen with age, and in my case, it does really much. So, and some people who have cerebral palsy, like the legs do very stiff movements, and the other version is they do involuntary movements. And here is where we are back to the fairy tale. Like the teenager wants to wear these red shoes to the confirmation and to the other church activities, and an old lady scolds her. She ignores the old lady, and then like some kind of wizard comes to see her and curses those shoes of the type, shoes you shall never stop to dance. And that's why the girl always makes involuntary leg movements, and gets tired of them. And that even goes so far that the legs have to be amputated, but like depending on the versions, the shoe is still continue dancing. And I find this thought so cruel because I also have autism and ADHD, and some people with ADHD have restless legs. And like, let's say both autism and ADHD and cerebral palsy have something to do with involuntary wrong directions of nerve impulses. I think I made numerous videos about that. And at the moment, I find it like both sad and funny that I have this red marker here. And let's say, yes, this started in my teenage years, that I couldn't stand for lengthy stretches of time, and that I did like involuntary cramps, like the legs snapping up like a mousetrap every couple of seconds in some circumstances. That could also include a celebration where people were looking at you, or a celebration where there were many well-intended guests with, you are so pretty and you are so... No, I'm kind of stressed from having to see so many people. And so if you see such a fairy tale today, like, just please think about it, because like having a disability as a punishment is a really old and damaging concept. And actually, a well-intending friend asked me at some point if it would be an option to, like, if my feet are so annoying, to actually just remove them, and tell me it's not an option, because like then the spasms would emigrate. Like, there was a time when I had like my legs in plaster, and then I like the top started rocking. So if I didn't have feet anymore, the pressure would just go somewhere else. And I'm sorry to tackle such a sad topic today. And yeah, like the girl, like with whatever is left of her, gets a job at the church, and it's emphasized 1,000 times how the children loved her. Yeah, I was actually constantly told to work at a church, and I actually like volunteering there. That was an involuntary movement. Now you know how it is. We could wiggle this a little bit more to emphasize a little bit more. Now I kind of lost the thread. I have this brain like a goldfish. I mean, okay, the goldfish have in fact better memory than their reputation, and I think the water temperature improves the memory. Yeah, but my point made, like, then the children in the church love the girl without legs, and love the job she does. But then at some point, like, she gets there's this really ample account of like the angels coming to get her, and that sounds a little bit like fever hallucinations. And yep, amputation back in the time of Hans Christian Andersen can't have had the same hygienic standards as nowadays. And yes, let's say yesterday I did a really ample walk to like go to a restaurant with a very knowledgeable friend, and then to a craft store to buy something for my art exhibition. And well, today I pay the price because like my right leg is in constant pain and I can barely walk. And in the shower, I also just could do the most necessary things because I can barely stand. That is sometimes okay, and that is sometimes part of my nature, and I just have to kind of adjust my activities as in doing the most necessary things of one activity. And I also have a huge anxiety bout because I still think that something I said came out wrong again to another person. And that actually stiffens up the muscles. That has nothing to do with the red shoes. Even though things of very bright colors can get my nerve impulses to dance as well. So actually that's why I like little animals in earthy colors like Desi. But I also have brightly colored things, as you may see. Since some people actually follow me here for tarot, so I thought I would get a message from my animal guidance tarot, one of my favorite decks that inspires me also for my own paintings. What can I do against anxiety and pain? Okay, this cat is tangled in wool, red and blue. It's like electric poles or something. You may be under stress because of multiple jobs and too many responsibilities for one person to manage. Oh yeah. It's important to balance your work and personal life. Well, my toes literally roll up as I'm reading this, but this may be relevant for someone else. And here we have a squirrel with the nuts. That's actually fun because my friend at the restaurant told me about how she visited the squirrel and shared nuts with a family of squirrels. Be cautious about living a life of extremes or seeing things in black and white terms. Yes, that is typical me. So maybe it's just a good idea to be cautious. I mean, I can't tell everybody, oh, let's be mindful, but yes, I'm drawing a lot when I have to think. And I even wish I would have drawn more, like in all these situations this week that could have come out wrong. And so what can we? Okay, here's a parrot. This is like the Eight of Earth. That is usually like the Eight of Pentacles. Pentacles are sort of the like slowest suit, but this parrot reads, and this parrot is smart. It's the perfect time. To learn all you can by returning to school, taking a seminar, or conducting research. Conducting research is good. Like in my novel with a Daisy animal, there is a parrot. The parrot is called Auntie Erna. And a dear, inspiring friend of mine told me I have become the total researcher by means of this book writing. And so I wish you all the blessings and may you find what you search today, and happy summer. Bye-bye. This is not cool.